One thing I love for speech therapy practice at home is wordless picture books. Hi, my name's Bree. I'm a speech language pathologist with over 10 years of experience working with people with aphasia. And today, I'm going to show you step by step how you can use wordless picture books to practice your talking and your writing after a stroke or brain injury. If you want a summary of what I talk about today, you can download the PDF in the description below. Wordless picture books tell a story using pictures. No reading required. Today I'll be using the book Balloon by Bruce Handy and Julie Kwan to show you exactly how this works. If you're interested in this book, I'll put the link in the description below so you can get your own copy and keep practicing at home. If you want other books like this, I've made a list and they're in that PDF. If sharing is easy. Aphasia is different for everyone. Some people can speak relatively well. And if talking is a strength, I will just hand them the book and say, look at the pictures and tell me a story. I'll show you the book and then give you an example of what this might look like. A mother and her son are at the park. There's a man selling balloons. The boy asks his mom if he can have one, and she says yes. The boy gets an orange balloon, and he is so happy. He runs ahead of his mom and yells, "Balloon!" Again, this is for someone who can talk relatively well. So if you want to add a little bit of a challenge, here's some tips and tricks. Writing. Try to write down everything you say, or try to write the story instead of telling it. For some people, talking is easy, but then writing can be really hard. And if you can't write everything, that's okay. Give it your best try. Another way to make this trickier is to add prediction. What do you think will happen next? Before you turn the page, try to guess. Longer sentences. Can you make any of your sentences longer? Try to add adjectives or adverbs. More detail. Tell me about the setting. What's going on in the background? Is there anybody else doing anything? Add some emotion. So initially I said the boy is happy. How do you think the mom feels? If this video is helpful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. All right, let's get back to it. If sharing is hard. The cool thing about wordless picture books is that you can use this exact same book for somebody who's having a lot of trouble getting their words out. Let me show you what that might look like. Someone with very severe aphasia or very severe apraxia of speech might literally just point. And that is okay. If they're pointing at the pictures, they're still communicating with you the parts that they're looking at, and they're engaging with the materials. We want this. They also might draw pictures or use gestures. Again, encourage that. If verbal speech is really difficult, this can still be a long-term goal. But in the short term, that person needs a way to communicate their thoughts and feelings. So first, celebrate anything they're gonna give you, right? Be like, yeah, nice, good job. As a speech therapist, if someone, for example, pointed to the man with the balloons and then pointed to the little boy with the balloon, I'd be like, yeah, it looks like the boy bought a balloon. Cool. Do you wanna try to say that word? And then if they seem into that idea, I would help them out. I would say the word and then have them try to repeat. A big part of repetition is watching someone's mouth really closely. When you watch what someone else's mouth is doing, it can help you figure out what your mouth is supposed to do. So I always tell people, watch here, I'm going to say the word. Ready? Balloon. All right, do you want to make it more challenging? As a speech therapist, I'm always thinking about how can I make it just a little bit harder? Don't want to add too much challenge, but I do want to kind of stretch someone to get to that next half level. So in this case, I would probably have the person try to write the words that they see. And if writing is too hard, I would have them copy. Even if they are right-handed and they had a stroke or a brain injury and their right side is now weak, I would have them switch the pencil over to their left hand and give it a try. So for example, I might write the word mom and then have them try to copy it. Then I would point to the picture of the mom in the book to try to connect the idea of that picture plus the spoken word, mom, lips together, open together again, plus the written word, M-O-M. What we're trying to do is tie all of these pieces together. And working on writing can be really great. This gives people another way to access a word or to communicate their thoughts when getting words out of their mouth is too hard. If someone is able to say single words relatively easily, I would have them try to combine a couple of words into a short phrase. Note here that we are not going from single words to full sentences. there's an in-between step, and that is phrases. So for example, they might say mom and boy balloon, happy. And again, you can write these things down. Don't stress too much about the grammar. We just want to get those 2 and 3 word combinations to keep moving up. It's all about those little steps. Let's do it together. I'm going to flip through a few pages of this book and try to tell the story. If you want to practice with me, pause the video before I say anything and try to get some words out or try to write some things down. See what you can do on your own. Pause the video before I say anything and try to get some words out. Suddenly, the birds went crazy. They got startled by a noise and they all flew up at the same time toward the mom and the boy. The mom and the boy covered their faces and screamed. The boy didn't realize that he had let go of his balloon and it was going up into the air. But the boy quickly realized he had let go. The balloon was going up, 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 and he started crying. The mom tried to make him feel better, but he was inconsolable. The man selling balloons tried to give him another balloon, but it wasn't the same, and the boy didn't want it. A food vendor tried to give him a lollipop, but the boy was like, "No, I don't want a lollipop, I want my balloon." All of a sudden, he saw an orange circle. "Is that my balloon? Mom, let's go look." But it was just a bright orange frisbee in a dog's mouth. The dog was wagging his tail, and he was happy, but the boy still felt sad. He really wanted his balloon back. And you can see I'm just kind of telling the story. I'm turning the page and I'm making it up as I go. But you can also stop and talk about things you see on each page. I see a man eating a bagel. Somebody dropped their ice cream cone and the squirrel is eating it. I've also been saying full sentences, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with saying single words. Van, helmet, bike, bagel, boy, sad. Hey, saying single words is still a win. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You know where you're at, and you keep taking those little half steps to keep improving. You got this. Some final thoughts. Wordless picture books are great for all levels of aphasia. My goal for my clients is always to meet them where they are, celebrate the wins, and then try to get them just a little half step further. It's all about those little steps. The other great thing about books like this is that you can use them again and again and work on different things each time. One day, maybe you're just doing naming and you're saying what you see. Another day, you might try to write some words. On a different day, maybe you're going to tell the whole story, start to finish. If you're interested in this book, I'll put the link in the description below so you can get your own copy and keep practicing at home. If you want help remembering some of these ideas, I made a PDF that you can download. It gives a summary of everything that we talked about today, plus a few more books like this that you could use at home. This download is pay what you can. You can put a 0 in that box and get it for free, or you can leave me a tip so that I can keep making free resources like this. If you want more writing practice, I post a Writing Wednesday prompt every week to my social media pages. You can find this on my Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube community. And if you want more of my favorite aphasia resources, plus tips and tricks for how to practice at home, join my weekly email list. It's free. You can find that at aphasiawithbree.com/subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon.